Parents had tape decks around the house, and I would take them apart and mess around with them and try to record things just for fun. And eventually I got like some very basic equipment, and I started recording myself and my friends. And it wasn't too long before some bands approached me and said, hey, you already have all the equipment, want to record us? The most common misconception would be that things happen really fast. The band just goes in there and plays the song one time and it's done. Everybody goes home and it's a hit. But really it's like a long, laborious process. We try to keep it fun, try to make sure everybody has a good time when we're doing it. Usually the band comes in, we'll spend a little time talking, getting to know each other, setting up. I go and put out microphones and make sure everybody's instruments are in working order, tuned up, and ready to go. Play that hi-hat. Tom 1, please. We usually start drummer lays down his drums first. We make sure everything's good, make sure he hasn't missed any hits or played too fast or too slow or sped up or slowed down throughout the song. Then the guitarist and bass players come and lay their parts over that. All the while we're adjusting and correcting and making sure that every note is what it should be and what they want it to be. After we get guitars and instruments, the singer comes in, we go over their parts and see if they want to add any extra vocals, any extra harmonies, or any extra backing tracks. Then after that we mix, which is taking all of those individual elements that we recorded throughout the session and blending them into something that can be played on a stereo or on an iPod or in a car. Everything that I've learned from books, the internet, and trial and error and messing up. It used to be you had to apprentice for years and years and years. You had to take out trash for 3 years before they even let you into the control room, and now for a couple $100 you can have a studio that would have made somebody drool 40 years ago. I've spent some time working at studios in other parts of the country. The Black Lodge is a studio in Eudora, Kansas, and a lot of the really cool music that I listened to when I was in high school came out of that studio. The Get Up Kids, Appleseed Cast, Casket Lottery, Coalesce, Reggie and the Full Effect, the New Amsterdams. I could go on. There's so many good musicians who live in that area. They're used to having kids come in out of recording school, and when they found out that I had already been working as an engineer on my own for several years already, we kind of knew the secret handshake. I learned a lot being up there. They were very open with me about teaching me things. I just did a record with Medor. We just did their second EP and that came out really well. Medor is a power pop band from McAllen that are getting their CD in Hot Topics, I think, around the state now, and they're doing pretty well. I've done work with my band, The December Drive. I did everything we've ever recorded. I've done work with the New Frontiers, they're from Dallas. We are all mirrors in the skies. I've worked with a band called We Are Born as Ghosts from New Mexico. We recorded at the Black Lodge. We did an album that's kind of like a prog rock, space, indie thing. I don't even know how I would describe it. It's kind of like space rock music. My goals would be to do more regional and state artists. I've talked with friends about doing kind of record label thing in the not too distant future. At some point I'd like to maybe do some sort of recording school. The easiest way to contact me is myspace.com/Charlie Vela recording. Give me some time to get back to you, but I mean, I do read all the messages and I do respond to everybody, so that's the best way. Short of putting my home phone number across the screen right now. Don't do it, Victor.
Looking good, Pelosi.
Sup, Becky Breaky Heart?
Dan Rather.
No fine. You again?
No wonder we couldn't find parking. I get to see all these famous people that visit campus. Who knew?